This week in Jamaica Now, gangsters on trial. 33 members of the Clansman-one criminal network now before the court on a 25-count indictment. Court reporter Tanisha Mundell joins us with the details. Portland businessman further remanded in connection with the murder of his two wives. Is Elaine Thompson-Herah leaving MVP?
I am not in the habit of revealing communications which occur between me and my athletes.
The Olympic champion says news of her departure is a rumor. Commodore Antonette Wemyss-Gorman to become Jamaica's first woman army chief. Political leader among several people arrested following anti-vax march without a permit. Daryl Vaz gets one-year visa to the US and is granted a special waiver. We'll tell you more. And fuss over fines for breaching COVID rules. I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. We begin with the story of the Clansman-one gang trial, which is underway in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. Reputed leader Andre Blackman Bryan and 32 of his lieutenants and foot soldiers are being tried by Chief Justice Brian Sykes. They are on a 25-count indictment which includes murder, conspiracy to murder, arson and gun charges. Gleaner reporter Tanisha Mundell has been covering the trial and now joins us for more on this story. First up, Tanisha, how will the prosecution seek to prove its case?
The prosecution will be calling 42 witnesses, and this include 2 former members of the gang, and who will be telling, what incidents or should I say criminal activities they had been involved in. And these accounts will be backed up by ballistic evidence, biological evidence, and forensic digital evidence.
With some 42 witnesses, it could be a long haul. Any idea when the trial will end?
There has not been any clear indication as to how long this trial will last, but we know for a fact that this trial will last for the next 3 months. It is expected to proceed until throughout all of this Michaelmas term. Given that Eugene Wilson trial lasted for 19 months and it had far less defendants, that was 24, this one should last far longer.
Of note is that this is a judge-alone trial as opposed to a jury trial. Why?
This is the case because the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organization Act stipulates that these types of matters are to be tried by a judge alone. And clearly, this trial is a high-risk matter, and the issue of fear is a live matter, so there won't be any jurors involved.
Well, week 2 begins on Monday. Any idea what can be expected?
One of the self-confessed members of the gang who started testifying on Wednesday will continue detailing murders and other criminal activity that he witnessed or was instructed by Brian, who was the reputed leader of the gang, to commit. We should also hear much more about the lone female in the gang. The witness today started talking about her, Stephanie Christie. He mentioned a case. We're not sure if it's an attempted murder or a murder that she was a part of, but he mentioned her today before the matter closed.
Thank you very much, Tanisha. Tanisha Mundell there, our reporter covering the Clansman-one gang trial. Portland businessman Everton Beaches Todd McDonald was this week further remanded on charges relating to the murder of his 2 wives, years apart. At the same time, the Home Circuit Court was informed that he no longer has an attorney. Attorneys at law Bert Samuels and Matthew Hyatt had been retained to represent him for the bail application. McDonald was instructed to settle his legal representation for the next court date on December 9. McDonald is facing 2 counts of conspiracy to murder. His co-accused, Asta Barnes, who was previously offered bail but is yet to find a suitable alternative, was also remanded. McDonald is charged in connection with the killing of Merlene McDonald, who was shot dead outside her home in Boundbrook, Portland in May 2009. The businessmen, along with Barnes, are indicted in connection with the July 2020 murder of his second wife, Tonya McDonald. The United States Embassy in Kingston has reinstated the visitor's visa for Energy, Science and Technology Minister Daryl Vaz 2 years after it was revoked for reasons unknown. Vaz was on Friday issued with a 1-year multiple-entry B1, B2 visa.
Yes, I can confirm, and I'm highly appreciative of the courtesy extended by the U.S. Embassy in Kingston.
The visa contained an annotation under U.S. Immigration Law 212A2C1. This section speaks to controlled substance traffickers. It refers to a visitor who the consular officer or the U.S. Attorney General knows or has reason to believe is or has been an illicit trafficker in any controlled substance or in any listed chemical, or is or has been a knowing aider, abettor, assister, conspirator, or colluder with others in the illicit trafficking in any such controlled or listed substance or chemical, or endeavored to do so. Sprinting star Elaine Thompson-Herah is denying reports that she has signaled her intentions to end her 8-year association with the coach Stephen Francis and the MVP Track Club. News surfaced on Thursday that her husband, Daryl Vaz, was preparing to take over coaching duties. But speaking to Michael Holley and Michael Smith on NBC's Brother from Another, Thompson-Herah described the reports as rumors. But according to our information, Thompson-Herah indicated in a letter to the MVP hierarchy that she intended to end her relationship with the outfit. Coach Stephen Francis has stated that he will wait to see what happens when Thompson-Herah is scheduled to return to training in the middle of October.
So in summary, I can't tell you what Elaine says to me or I say to her. And secondly, if she tells you that that is her plan, then I will wait and see what happens up until October, mid-October.
Coach, can I ask you this? Are you confident that Elaine Thompson-Herah will be among the numbers here at MVP by the end of October?
No, I am never confident about that because my experience tells me that athletes in general, especially those who come from a low expectation level, in other words, not much was expected of them all the while, they are usually unable to separate themselves from the people who hop onto their bandwagon, their various bandwagons. You know, people, they tend to have short memories, and they tend to listen to people who they just meet.
Commodore Antonette Wemyss-Gorman is to become Jamaica's first woman Chief of Defense Staff next January. She will succeed Lieutenant General Rocky Meade, who will be retiring after 38 years in the Army. General Meade was appointed Chief of Defense Staff on December 1, 2016. Wemyss-Gorman, who is 48 years old, will be promoted to the rank of Rear Admiral for her appointment as Army Chief. She was among 3 senior JDF officers who were interviewed by the Defense Board. Wemyss-Gorman is a career officer who has been a member of the Army for 29 years. She is married and is the mother of a 15-year-old son. At present, she is responsible for the daily running of the JDF. The St. Catherine police have charged the stepfather of a 3-year-old boy with unlawful wounding and assault occasioning bodily harm. Truck driver Anthony Bailey, who is 29, is from Berry Hill District in Riversdale in the parish. He was charged on Monday. The police report that at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday, September 18, Bailey allegedly threw the 3-year-old boy to the ground, causing several injuries to his face. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. Bailey was arrested and charged after he was interviewed in the presence of his attorney. The Court Administration Division says claims that a teenager was fined $200,000 by a court for failing to wear a mask in public are false. The teen was among several persons who appeared before the St. Thomas Parish Court on Wednesday for breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act. The breaches were committed in August.
The minor in question was charged and brought before the court as an adult. When his age was brought to the attention of the judge, he was admonished by the judge and the matter transferred to the Children's Court. 30
persons were charged for failing to wear a mask. 18 were each fined $200,000, while 10 were each fined $50,000. The other 2 were fined $20,000 and $10,000. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, subscribe today and turn on your notifications. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, members of the United Independence Congress arrested after an anti-vax march in downtown Kingston without the required permit.
We support the police. but we are opposed to tyranny.
That's right.
So we will respect and obey the police insofar as they agree to protect our rights to freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and freedom of choice. If the police chooses to go against our rights, then unfortunately we cannot support the police.
We are here to police law and order. And we are not, I don't know if your leader has given you any information of him having any permission from the police to carry out any march here. He was not, hold on, and let me finish. Let me finish. And I want you to hear from me. I want it to be said that I made an effort to speak to you and to let you know that this gathering is illegal and unlawful.
We do not need permission to walk from here to Garden My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy.